Welcome to the Jeremiah Show, Grown Man Speaking. Allow yourself to listen with intention.
Hey, beautiful people. Welcome to the Jeremiah Show, Grown Man Speaking. I'm your host, Jeremiah Parker, coming at you with all the jazz vibes and maybe a sprinkle of wisdom if I'm doing my job right today. We're diving into a mindset that's truly transformative. Act as if everything will always work out. Now, that may sound a little idealistic to some of you, but let's break it down and see how this philosophy can impact our lives. When we talk about acting as if things will always work out, some folks might accuse us of wearing rose-colored glasses, but, life has a funny way of surprising us when we least expect it. Sometimes that surprise is not so pleasant, but other times, when we least expect it, something works out for the better. Let me tell you about a friend of mine. We'll call him Mike. Now, Mike was determined to make it big in the tech industry. Everyone else was telling him to find a more realistic path. But Mike, he kept on at it. He acted as if his break was just around the corner. And wouldn't you know it, he got a call from a startup that changed everything for him. That's the power of expectation, meeting opportunity. Now, the key isn't just blindly hoping for the best, but rather preparing for it. Imagine your life as a stage, and you're the star of your own performance. You've got to be rehearsed, ready to take on anything unexpected because you trust that your hard work and your commitment to your craft will ensure that things will go your way. What would life be like if we all acted with that kind of assuredness? Really think about that. How does mindset shape our realities? And to add to that, how often do we build our own roadblocks because we secretly fear the success we say we want? Let me hit you all with something I encountered not too long ago. It was a book. I think it was The Power of Positive Thinking by Norman Vincent Peale. You know what struck me? The way Peale talks about visualizing victory. It's not about discounting the hard stuff, but using them as stepping stones to something greater. We all carry a certain energy, right? Might as well make it one that attracts positivity. Let's take another angle from relationships. Acting as if everything will work out can really change how we handle our connections with others. Have you ever noticed how infectious a positive outlook can be? People naturally gravitate towards those who exude a certain vibrancy. Think of it like this. When facing conflict, do you react as if the world is crashing down, or as if this is just a blip on the radar? Which attitude do you think helps in resolving issues? Of course, there are times when no amount of positive thinking can steer you away from the storms life throws at you. Loss, missed opportunities, nobody's immune to those. But it's how we bounce back that defines us. I remember learning this from my grandmother. She used to say, "Jeremiah, no night is too long and no dawn too shy." Resilience, more than just getting up each time you stumble. It's about having faith in your path even when the horizon is blurred. So how do we keep going? How do we maintain that belief that everything will work out fine in the end? One powerful tool is gratitude. It sounds simple and maybe even a little quaint, but trust me, it's profound. If we focus on what we have rather than what we lack, it can shift an entire perspective. It's like filling your pantry with the ingredients you've got before lamenting that you can't make a 5-star dining experience. Sometimes you whip up something unexpectedly delicious just working with what you've got. And I must bring up faith, not in a strictly religious sense. Faith in each other, in humanity, in the work we put in. It fuels us. It nourishes our spirits when the going gets tough. I've seen it time and again whenever I'm spinning those jazz records on the radio. There's something magical in that collective human experience. A belief that even if this track isn't your tune, the next one might be your jam. Life's soundtrack is unpredictable. Now, let's talk about practical steps. How can we actually implement this philosophy of acting as if in our day-to-day lives? Well, start with setting small, achievable goals. It's like putting short breaths into a longhorn. You need to warm it up a little before you play a full concert. Success builds upon success. When we celebrate our small victories, every win adds confidence in our journey. Are you one to reward yourself, or do you move on to the next challenge, barely taking stock of what's been achieved? Also, let's be real here, having a support system, whether that's family, friends, or a community, can be a game changer. Encouragement from those around us holds power, like a magnifying glass focusing the sun's rays. It not only helps energize us, but reminds us of our potential when shadows linger. When we support each other, we leave room for the possibility that things could actually turn out fine, maybe even better than expected. I'd say one of the hardest parts about this mindset is dealing with the skepticism of others. It's inevitable, right? Folks who believe they see the world more realistically can often seem dismissive of that optimism. But hey, the Wright brothers weren't surrounded by people who thought they could fly. It's important to shield yourselves from naysayers. Have a vision so strong, so vibrant, it eclipses any doubt, external or internal. Before we wrap up, I want everyone listening to think about what acting as if everything will work out looks like in their own lives. Is it taking that first step on a new venture, trusting it'll lead somewhere meaningful? Or maybe it's letting go of past grudges, believing that healing is in sight. Are there dreams or projects you've put on hold because fear kept you back? What if you approach them with faith that the universe has your back?
Family, if you've been rocking with the Jeremiah Show, Grown Man Speaking, then you already know this podcast is about real talk, real growth, and real men becoming better every day. But this movement only grows when we grow it together. So if you value the game, the honesty, and the wisdom we drop here, support the show by grabbing the paperback, the ebook, or the audiobook. Every purchase helps this platform stay independent, stay authentic, and stay speaking to the men who need it most. Hit the link, get your copy, and keep the conversation going. Grown Man Speaking. Listen with intention.
This is just the start of the conversation. I'm truly grateful to have the chance to share this inaugural journey with you all. Remember, life may not always hand us what we want wrapped in a perfect bow, but the unwrapping the process is where the magic happens. Until next time, keep dreaming, keep believing, and let's see where this ride takes us, acting as if everything will indeed work out.
Thank you for tapping in to the Jeremiah Show, Grown Man Speaking. Until next time, move with purpose and listen with intention.